Normally when we do this as a class activity, and it says choose 4. So you're supposed to it's supposed to be like a choice activity where you get to pick what you want to do, and it says choose 4, and there's 4 questions. Choose 3, and there's 3. So we're like, oh, you get to choose, but you have to choose everything. Sorry. So I usually kind of get a kick out of that because I'm mean. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay. So let's talk about this. True or false? Is a polynomial written in descending order? Is that in standard form? I think they mean descending order of exponents. So the exponents go from highest to lowest. Is that standard form? Yeah, that's totally standard form. So that would be like 3x squared plus 4x plus 5, or 3x to the third plus x minus 1. As long as the exponents are in descending order, that's going to be standard form. How many terms does a trinomial have? 3. How are terms separated in a polynomial? What's between the terms? Can we shut the door? That was teachers. Wow. Okay. Is somebody outside? Okay, just leave the door ajar, but like less ajar than that. Like just leave it cracked. Less cracked. I'm sorry, person online, having to listen to me explain what the door being partly open means. Okay, so we separate terms in a polynomial with plus or minus signs. So there is a plus or minus sign between each polynomial. So if we put a wall in front of each plus or minus sign, that's going to separate out our terms. Okay? How many terms does a binomial have? 2. Okay. So there is a lot of vocabulary. I think I already made you guys a vocabulary study mate thing. I don't even know. Did we have one? Yeah, I made a vocabulary. I don't know. Did I? Maybe I'll be making one pretty quick here after school then. If y'all need to practice the vocabulary, there's vocabulary, I think, in the front of our notes. Yeah, that whole first page about classifying polynomials is vocab. Okay? So let's talk about these. If we had multiple choice, how could we solve these questions? We could use our calculator, or we could solve them. So let's just solve them, and then we'll see what happens. Okay? Now, what kind of operation are we doing on these 3 problems? Addition. Why? Because there's a plus sign between the parentheses. Y'all just got all crazy to decide you're going to multiply everything. Don't forget, you got to look at what they're doing. Now these over here, oh, we don't even have any multiplication? How'd that happen? Okay, well, these are multiplication because the parentheses are right up against each other. No, close it all the way. Close it all the way. The other close it all the way. There you go. These are these because the parentheses are smashed up against each other. That means they're multiplying. I don't want to talk about it. But these, they're not smashing, so they're just adding. Oh my God, what am I saying? It's been a really long day. Okay, so do I care about these parentheses at all? No. Okay, I don't care about the parentheses. So I'm just going to start circling stuff. Okay. So I like my a squares with circles. So if it helps you, put a wall up between your terms. Okay. I'm going to look for anything with this a squared and circle it. Now, can I circle the a squared x? Well, nobody else said anything. Can I circle the a squared x? Mm-mm. No. You know what? Thank you for being brave enough to answer. Everybody else was like, nobody said anything. Okay. All right. So, no, the reason you can't is because everything after the coefficient has to be identical for you to be able to for them to be like terms. So a squared and a squared x, they're not alike, so I can't circle them. They have to be identical. But negative 7x squared is not either. I'm sorry, you guys. I literally have barely had a break today, so I'm going to just switch to a different color because I just messed that up. Please don't judge me, internet. Okay, let's start over again. We're going to circle all the a squares with this blue pen because I messed up. So then this is an a squared. Are there any more a squareds?
Yes.
No, that's an a squared x. A squared x and a squared aren't the same thing. So now I'm going to box up the a squared x's. Remember, we're boxing up the sign too. Okay? Now I've got an x squared, so I'm going to give that a cloud. And then the 4 is different, so it gets a heart. Okay? Because I had to hide the circle. I was trying to hide the circle. Okay, so now I'm going to combine the things that are the same. And I usually start with the highest exponent to the lowest. Honestly, this one's really weird. We're just gonna do our best here. So I have a 5a plus a 2a, which is what? 7a squared. Okay, so I can cross those off because I've done them. Now I have a 3ax, a squared x, and negative 8a squared x. So how many a squared x's do I have? Negative 5 a squared x's. Now I'm done with those. Now I have a 7x squared. That's positive, so I have a 7x squared. And I've got a positive 4. Okay? So again,
7x squared is negative.
I couldn't see it. Man. And there's no color for tutorial mistakes. So we're not going to do that.
Yes, we are.
This here what we're not fixing to do. Okay?
I'll bring a color.
Please don't. Please don't. Okay. I want you guys to try this one. Y'all try this one and see what you get. Don't look until you're ready, though, because I'm actually working on it, too, because I got to get something right. It's been that kind of day. Now we're talking about the... Oh, well... Anyway, okay, so I have 1d squared and 2d squared. That means I got 2d squareds. I got 2 negative d's. Something good is happening here today. And then the 5 and the negative 5 cancel out, so there's nothing left to put.
No, it's really funny. When you're talking about...
We can't talk about this. Stop saying words. Oh, and then let's talk about some p some more. All right. Did y'all get 2d squared minus 2d?
I like talking about the p.
Okay, try it. Try c.
What is that?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know, but I don't want to talk about it. Sounds like it shouldn't have happened. What did I just do? What's wrong with me?
Theo, what are you doing with Theo?
I don't know, y'all. It's been a really long day.
You need some sleep. Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, can we not? I'm just trying not to get fired here.
This is on video.
Exactly, but it's not on the internet yet, so I decide.
Oh. You're an editing master like you are with
God.
Photoshop.
That was... Uh-huh.
Would the P3 and the negative 5 P3, would that be the same?
Mm-hmm. So that would be 1p to the third, and this would be negative 5p to the thirds, and so when I put them together, I get negative 4p to the thirds. Okay, what do we think about these guys?
They're different. You don't add them.
They're different signs. You're basically subtracting them. Are you leaving? You can find a new spot. Yeah. There's space over there, and there's space up. Oh, were you trying to move over with a different group of friends? Oh, yeah, you can't have your back to me. Sit on the end. Seriously, dude. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Is it fine?
It is fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. What do we think about those? Now, what's different about these? It's subtraction. So what does that mean I have to do? Anybody else not get to sign this? Okay. So for these, remember, I have to take the opposite of everything inside. Okay? So I'm going to have to rewrite this one. I have 6m minus 8n minus 5m. Hey, can we focus up? So I think they didn't get it either. Would you mind taking it to them? I really appreciate you so much. So before I can start putting hearts and whatever on them, I have to deal with that negative sign. So again, all I did was everything inside the parentheses, I took the opposite sign. That does not mean I make everything negative. It means I take the opposite. It happens that these turn negative, but that's because they were positive to begin with. In here, that one, well, I'm sorry, I lied. This one would turn positive because I'm flipping its sign. Okay? So now I can box these up, or whatever it is that you choose to do. I need a nap. Uh-huh. Okay, so what you do is you look, the question was, I don't know what to circle or box. So let's say I have 3x squared. No, it's a good question. Plus 2ax plus 3a plus 4x squared plus 5ax. Okay? So what you do, first thing you do, put a bar between every plus and minus sign. That's going to separate out your terms. All right? Now you're going to look after the number. So this one is ax, this one is x squared, this one is a, this one is ax, this one is x squared. The part that's after the number has to be identical for you to be able to put them in the same symbol. Okay? So this x squared here, let's say we put a circle around that. I can only circle something that is x squared only. Like if it was x squared a, okay, it doesn't work, it's not identical. So I could circle this one. This 2ax, maybe I can put like a box around that one. But I can only put a box around something that is ax. So can I put a box around this one? But I can do this one. And that one can get its own symbol. So they have to be identical after the number. Okay? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. If it's subtraction, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, why don't you guys try question B? Why don't y'all try question B? That means try question B now.
Wait, my mom texted me asking if
Huh? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely you can. Okay, first of all, once you flipped all the signs, see if this is what you got. Honestly, I could be doing it wrong at this point. Yes, sir. When we're finding opposite, we don't worry about the minus sign is what's telling us to find opposites. So the opposite of 5x squared y is negative 5x squared y. The opposite of negative 6xy is positive 6xy. Opposite of 17 is negative 17. So the minus is the reason we're taking the opposite. So now once we deal with that, now we're looking at what's inside the parentheses. We're taking the opposite of that. Yes. What do you mean? No, because it's only so it goes from what the parentheses is in front of until the closing parentheses, and this is not in front of that parentheses. So if the 11 was after it, it has to be like, so if the 11 was here, then yeah. But we start, so from here, everything after that until the parentheses end, I change the sign on. Make sense? Okay. Okay, now that you've got those, let's go ahead and combine them if you haven't done so already. I think that's right. I don't know.
You said 8?
Yes.
I thought we were subtracting everything.
Once I flip the signs, I'm combining. Yes, ma'am? I'm sorry, I can't hear. What? I'm not annoyed with you. I'm just, there's talking and I can't hear you through all that. Are you good though? Okay, but you would ask me if you had a question. Would you? Okay. That's what I got. Is that what y'all got? Question. There's a y squared. Okay. Because I didn't even write it down. Okay. Are we okay with this part? Okay. Okay, well, let's look at C. Okay, for C, we're going to take the opposite. Because we have minus, we're going to take the opposite. So I have p squared plus q squared minus, so the opposite. What's the opposite of p squared? Positive p squared. The opposite of q squared is negative q squared. You see? Now, I've got 2p squared, but the 1q and the negative 1q squared, they cancel out. So that's all that's left. What do we think? Yes, this is on the test. We wouldn't be reviewing it if it wasn't, huh? Yeah.
For the 6, would I add that plus 6 or?
Plus 6xy, yeah.
No, I mean like, whenever I combine.
Yes, it's positive 6.
So it would be plus 6.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. What is happening? Where?
Okay, like negative 11.
Okay, that's, no, because remember, we flipped the sign on it.
Yeah.
This isn't positive 17, it's negative 17 now.
But when I combine them, and it gives me positive 6.
No, it doesn't. It gives you negative 28, because a negative 11 plus negative 17 is negative 28. No. We're always combining like terms. Okay? All right, let's just jump down here real quick. You guys should be able to do these and give me an expression. So I want y'all to take a minute and do all of these and give me an expression for them. We're just going to, we'll do these area ones in a minute. Yes. Of course. If I have time. All right, let's check these out. Yeah, you were supposed to do all of them.
I only have one request. Don't put me next to Chase. I don't want.
And now the internet knows that too.
Alright. And if he watches this video.
But you won't, don't worry.
Oh.
Don't you worry about that. You worry about Chase watching videos? We don't need to worry about that.
Nah, this will be the one time he actually watches it.
No.
Now I sound like someone that overthinks.
If you watch it though, Chase, I'm very proud of you. Okay. What do we think? You okay with the models? No? Remember, we just take a positive and negative. They have to be the same shape, and they have to be opposite colors. We cancel them. Okay? All right. For this, we're definitely going to need more paper. So you can do this on the back of the other paper. Okay? Okay. So let's look at this first shape. What is this? So what are the dimensions of this shape? 4x, and what is the length of this side? X plus 7. Why is it x plus 7? Because there's an x and a 7. What's and? Plus. X and 7 means x plus 7. That's just mathematically, that's language. That's math language. Okay? So they're asking us to find the area. So what are you going to write down when you see the word area? Foil or box, right? So you're going to either, again. Now, do I have to use a box for this one? But I can. If I want to. Or you could just do this, 4x times x plus 7. Both of these work, okay? Either way you do it works, okay? We get the same answer whichever one we use. Huh? There's a foil poster if you need it. Because I can make one for the box too and try to. I do too. I'm not going to lie to you. I mess up all the time with foil.
What's the formula for quadrilateral?
What do you mean? Base times height or length times width, they're both the same. Okay. What about number 2? What are we going to do for number 2?
5x squared minus 1 times 3x.
Yeah, my area is base times height. Now, let me tell you this. So I heard this. I heard 5x squared minus 1. Just watch, don't write. Times 3x. I would not do it this way. And here's why. You guys are used to distributing from left to right. You're going to forget to distribute the second term. It's not wrong, but kind of one of those math things that we do. We usually put the shorter polynomial first. So we usually write it like this, 3x times 5x squared minus 1, because we're used to distributing this way.
Since there's 3 x's there, it would be x cubed, right?
Mm-hmm. So it'll be 3 times 5 is 15. X times x squared is x to the third. If you want to expand it, you can. You can write 3x times 5xx minus 1. Okay? 3x times negative 1 is what? Negative 3x. And that's our answer. Like that's it.
You can do that with the box, right?
You totally can. Absolutely. If you want to. Okay. Now, what about this one? You know what about this one? Boo. But this is big minus small. Okay. So I'm going to find the area of the big one, which is 4x times 8x minus 3, minus the area of the small one, which is x times 2x. Okay? So what do I do? Y'all multiply this out for me. Now, if you want to. It's going to be a 1 by 2 box, but yes, you can do that. Do you know what I mean? You want me to show you? Because I have a 4x, hang on a second, times an 8x minus 3. So since it's a monomial, a 1 by 2, I make a 1 by 2 box. If it was a 2 by 2, I'd make a 2 by 2 box. 3 by 2, 3 by 2 box. What was your question? Absolutely. The box is scalable. Did you have a question? Yeah, and it might be, but if you like the box, like if you like the structure, do it, okay? I'm going to just distribute on this one because, honestly, it's what I'm used to. 4 times 8 is 32. Y'all should already have an answer to this because you should have already tried this. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12x. X times 2x is 2x squared. Since I only have a monomial, I don't have to put it in parentheses. But if I was doing another one like this, I'd have to put the whole thing in parentheses. Now I find my like terms and combine them. 32x squared minus 2x squared is 30x squared minus 12x. And that's all that's left. What do you guys think? Feeling okay? All right. Let's look back here at the simplifying. So what is our strategy for division? Expand, cancel, compress. So I want you guys to expand this one. How? Top minus the subtract the exponents? Sure. You should get the same answer as me, and if you don't, then you need to start expanding. Okay? Yes. As long as you get the same answer as I do, and if you don't, you need to start expanding, huh? Molly drew that, yeah. Well, we colored parts of it together. But she drew it.
Wait, what Molly drew?
Really?
Yeah. You see the tower that you walk up? Yeah. Okay. Is this what you guys got? Okay. Why don't y'all try question B? Uh-huh. What? What? You can do the factors of 20, or you can just do 20 divided by 4. So you could, yes, you could have said 5 times 4 over 4. There's an extra, I don't know. Yes, and you could have done that, and then you would have had 5p squared q. You still would have gotten the same thing. Okay? I'll do this one like that, okay?
Is p squared and 2p the same thing?
No. P squared means p times p. 2p is p plus p.
That's what confuses me.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me finish this and then we'll talk about it. What's the time for y'all to go? Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Here you go, guys. What now? Okay. Are we good? Questions about that one? We're okay with that one? Okay. Try C. C's a lot. There's a lot going on there. I'm going to pause it so you guys can, So if I have 3x minus 3x, right? These zero out, leaving me with nothing. If I have 3x over 3x, these cancel out, leaving me 1. So when I zero things out, they make 0. When I cancel things out, they make 1. Does that make sense?
Oh, so the last one.
Uh-huh.
You didn't like expand, but you just like divided each of them by
Mm-hmm. And what you would have seen, so if you had not, so like this last one, right? That and that would have canceled, leaving you negative 1. Because the negative didn't cancel, but everything else did.
So it's positive and negative, it makes 0, but positive, it makes 1.
No. When I'm subtracting, when I'm combining. So 3x minus 3x, right? That's a 0 pair, right? So these 0 out. But when I'm dividing, if everything cancels out, it's 1. Okay? It's not about the negatives. When it's negative, so what if I had negative 3x over 3x? The 3x's would cancel, but the negative didn't. So it's negative 1.
Negative 3x. So it's always 1.
If it's the same thing on the top and bottom, yes, it's always 1. Sure. All right, try D.
Can you
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Let me do the canceling for you?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this cancels. That cancels. I think you forgot an N there. I'm just going to put it in. And then that cancels.
And then can you explain which part the negative comes out?
Hold on. So I'm going to circle what's left. Oh, sorry, the negatives canceled too.
So it has to so it has to be the same thing for it to cancel.
Yes. So what's left? So what's left, the first step is I have 4p squared over negative. And then I've got plus 2, let's just say negative 1. And then I've got plus 1 over negative 1. Do you see how there's like what's left? No, I'm sorry, stop saying stuff. Don't look at any of that. Just pretend none of that happened. Okay, so I have 4p squared, and there's a negative left. Whether it's on the top or bottom, the number is negative. Okay, now over here, all that's left is positive 2. Since there's no sign left, it's positive, so it's plus 2p. Here,
Wait, for that part, why wouldn't it be p squared?
because there's only one p left,
No, for the other one.
it is p squared.
You put plus 2.
No, I said negative 4p squared.
Um,
Yeah, and then right here I've got minus, and since everything canceled out, it's minus 1. Okay? All right, guys, what you should have for this one, you should have negative 3x squared plus x minus 2. Because there's a negative down here. Yeah, it's a negative on the bottom. Okay? The negative didn't make a 1. All of this stuff, that's where the 1 came from. It all canceled out. It was 1, and there's a negative, so it's negative 1. Okay? 3. Yeah. I don't have a whole GT class, but I have 3 classes with GT kids in them. We only have that whole GT class in history. That's the only subject there's only. By when? Absolutely, it's part of progress reports. All right, let's look at this one here. So this is the last part of our review, and I've already been going 33 minutes. So, okay, the perimeter and area of Peter's pig pen. So, how do I find perimeter? Add the sides. Okay, so I do this, right? X plus 9 plus x minus 2. That's how I'm going to find the perimeter? Why not? Because there's 4 sides. No, because we only use the box for multiplying, and we're adding. Perimeter is adding up. Now, we're going to do the box in a minute because we're going to find area. But for the perimeter part, we're adding. Okay? This is a lot, okay? What, are you trying to not sneeze? What are we talking about? I don't like not sneezing. My sneezes, I'm such a dramatic sneezer, y'all. It's because like the sneeze, like it takes a long time for the sneeze to develop. So I feel the sneeze and I'm like, where are you? Please sneeze. And then it like takes a minute. I'm like, I know I look so dramatic. I don't mean to. It's just it takes a long time for the sneeze to evacuate. Okay, is that what y'all got for the perimeter?
Yes.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, so yeah, you could totally make the table. The X's and the number table. Totally.
I just stabbed myself in the leg on accident.
Like this. Like that. Lynn, like this? Lynn, like this? Yeah, totally, 100%. Now, how am I going to find the area? Box or foil. Okay, I'm going to do base times height. Do I like add up these x plus 9s and add up these x minus 2s? No, I just used the two numbers they gave me. Y'all find me the area.
Can you use whatever number on the bottom of the top?
Yeah, you mean like on the side? It doesn't matter which one goes where. You're going to wind up with the same answer. What will happen is these two will switch positions. If you switch the terms, these will switch. Huh? I'm fine. I'm fine. It is what it is. My mom is not going to have a conversation with my teacher about why I'm not in algebra anymore. Because
Yeah, am I always going to have a conversation?
I'm going to have a job next year.
I'm going to have a conversation with the belt in her hand. But
Wait, would you, like, you're going to move to Friday?
I'm saying people aren't really giving any effort here, and so like that's going to be their problem, not mine. All right. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Did we get x squared plus 7x minus 18 on this one? Okay. So let's think about what they're saying here on this one. It says she has a piece of fabric. She's got this piece of fabric. She needs to cut off 12 inches to have the right size for her grandson's blanket. So what's the new area? So what she's going to do is she's going to take this 4x plus 6 and she's going to subtract 12 from it. And that's the new length. Now, can I combine this plus 6 and minus 12? What does that give me? 4x minus 6. That's my new two side lengths. Pay attention. Okay? So I have this. She says she needs to cut 12 inches off of the length of this blanket. So I'm literally going to subtract 12. No, because I have to subtract it from the length. So that takes away this 12 inches. Now, when I combine this and this, I get 4x minus 6. That's my new length. So I'm going to put that in a box, or I'm going to foil that. Y'all do that now. I have to keep it for fixing calculators, huh?
Will there ever be like a real world problem with coefficients?
What do you mean?
Like a word problem with coefficients?
I don't understand the question.
Like, will there ever be a problem with coefficients? Well, like with words. I don't know if that makes sense. Like that.
I mean, yeah. We've been doing, like slope problems. Slope is a coefficient.
Oh, wait, not
I'm walking-
coefficients. I meant exponents.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get to those in Unit 6. Yes. Because you added them. Remember, when we fill in the box, we're multiplying. We don't start adding until the box is all the way filled in. Then we start adding. So, yeah, and I see a lot right here. A lot of people put negative 10 right here because they're like, all of a sudden they just start adding. Remember, while we're filling in the box, it's multiplication. So if it helps you, put an X there or put multiply. Like, put it right there. So you're like, I'm multiplying, I'm multiplying, I'm multiplying. Okay? Yeah? Okay, so then what's left is 12x squared minus 34x plus 24. Is that right? I don't know. I'm not using my calculator. It's just ripe with drama. Negative what? For what? Wouldn't what be negative 15? No, I'm asking for reals.
I added all the negatives together. So that one would be half times this.
Okay, so let's pause for a second here. First thing they want is perimeter. Okay? So perimeter is the outside. Okay, we're doing a perimeter check. We're checking the outside. So I'm going to have am I going to use the 8x for perimeter?
No.
Because it's not part of the perimeter, is it? Okay? So I'm just going to add these up. Okay? So that's my perimeter. For area, what am I going to do?
Base times height.
1/2 base height or base times height divided by 2? I'm going to do 1/2 base times height because I want to be able to, if I save the divided by 2 until the end, I'm likely to forget about it. I'm just going to be honest. That's the reason why I do it. But if you won't, you do base times height divided by 2. So what is my base and height? Which two sides are my base and my height?
5x plus 6.
5x plus 6 and 8x. Because remember, my base and height make a right angle. Okay, my base and height make a right angle. So I'm going to have, and I'm going to put the 8x first because it's the monomial. I always put the shorter one first in a multiplication problem. Okay? And now I'm going to do this 2 at a time. What's half of 8x? 4x times 5x plus 6. If you want to put it in a box, go right ahead, or you can distribute it. 4 times 5 is 20. X times x is x squared. 4 times 6 is positive 24x. And that is my area. Did you finish the last one?
Huh?
Did you do the last one?
No, it's time consuming. Sorry.
It is time consuming. I feel you on that one. What do we think? Is this hard?
Not really.
No. Again, you just got to be so careful. That's what it is. It's about being careful. Just make sure you're really careful and make sure that when it's time to multiply, you're multiplying. When you're filling in that box, we're multiplying. Once the box is filled in, then we're adding. If we're doing perimeter, we're adding. Just make sure you're super duper careful. And remember, the test is multiple choice. So on the test, you can use that calculator strategy we did today in class. Okay? Okay. All right. So for this one, they're not going to mow the grass here around the tree because that's dirt. Okay? So we need to find the area of the big one minus the area of the small one. Okay, so the area of the big rectangle is 5x plus 3 times 8x minus 2. The area of the small one is 2x times 4x minus 5. What do you guys think? Do you think you could have written that part?
Yes.
If you can write that part, you can answer the rest of it with the calculator. No, I'm serious. Because if it's multiple choice, once you have this, you put this in Y1 and you put the rest of the answer choices in Y2. So I'm just saying, if you can write an expression, you can do the rest of it. But let's just do the rest of it now, just for practice. So how am I going to find the area? What am I going to do with these two? Box or foil? Y'all multiply however you want to. Do that right now.
Well, it's confusing because I was not here to learn.
If you had multiple choice answers, yes, you could put this in Y1 and then each answer choice in Y2 like we did today when we did these problems. You look for all the Y1 and Y2 columns to be the same. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to post it on YouTube and then link it in Schoology. Okay? All right.
So we walked in at 2 a.m. because I could not sleep because allergies are so killing me.
My God, you are not kidding about the allergies.
No, I'm not.
It's like the trees are trying to murder us all.
What is just a pollen? Die.
Yeah, I feel you. So this one is 40x squared plus 10x minus 6. Is that what y'all got on that one? Okay. Now what about,
3 times 8 is 24.
Okay, math is hard.
Isn't that ironic?
14x. Is that right now?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that
Good way of
did
covering
that.
it up. You should use your
Did you do
lower
the same
back.
thing I did?
No, he didn't do it.
No, he did it. I'm sure. Did you also? You must have done the same thing as me and done 3 times 8 is 20 because it's the end of a long day. I just made a mistake.
No, but wait, you had 19 before? Or what did
I had 10. I don't know. I have no explanation. Okay, what am I going to do now? Now I got to multiply this one. Multiply it however you want to. But when I write my answer, what do I have to do special? I need to write my answer in parentheses.
Why do we do this?
Because I'm not just subtracting 8x squared, I'm also subtracting negative 10x. Okay? You just have to, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, well, you shouldn't be chewing gum in here anyway, because somebody left gum on my floor today.
Who would do that to someone?
I think it was during second period. Might have been. Yeah, it was during second period.
Right.
It was right where Bryce is sitting, and it was blue gum, bright blue gum.
It might have been during.
If,
I think Bryce was it. What's the name?
No, it was rotation. It was during rotation.
I think it was Denzel.
It might have been during first because I had that station first, and another person on that station said they saw it like before.
Yeah, like it was during station anyway.
Well, it doesn't matter. Y'all can't be chewing gum in here anymore. Okay, now what do? I have to take the opposite of these, right? So I have 40. Sorry about that, Internet. You didn't need to hear that. Plus 14x plus 6 minus 8x squared plus 10x. But they can't be chewing gum in my classroom anymore because gross. Because I have arthritis in my knees, Internet, like you need to know this. I have arthritis in my knees, and like I had to get on the floor and clean up this gum. Not cool. That's the Internet right there, by the way. I am recording right now.
What did you say, Internet?
take the whole thing.
So you're combining.
Yep. I think this is the right answer, but y'all feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. I probably am. Okay. 14 plus 10. I flipped the signs when I made everything opposite inside when I was subtracting. No, just this one. I'm recording right now. That's up to 48 minutes. I don't know. Yes, it should be minus 6.
It really has been a long day.
Okay, I feel like I've done enough here, so I hope this video is helpful, but let's be honest, it might not be. Bye.